why is nobody talking about the fact that every single election is rigged? You know, I've heard it so many times over. Now the argument's going on that Trump is supposed to win, Biden's not supposed to win, that there's fake votes going on. They talked about this in the last election, the one with Trump versus Hillary, with Bernie on the side, who I would have preferred if he won. Though, I mean, I don't think anyone's perfect. I'm sure he would have made mistakes as well. Everyone wants to talk about how the Democrats are cheating. You know, I want to talk about how Republicans are evil or how Democrats are evil. Why are we not getting to the real root and causes of these problems? Why is no one addressing the fact that the only people we can vote for is either a Democrat or a Republican? Where's the middle ground? Where's the party? Why is there not a third party that's directly in the middle? That, just like the majority of the United States, agrees with some things of the Republicans and agrees with some things of the Democrats and tries to find the middle ground. Why aren't there parties out there that are, I mean, I know there are other parties out there, but they don't get any attention. Why is there no big party that just completely different, has a completely different belief? Where's the party that just believes we should all go back to being farmers? Where's the party that all they want to do is support marijuana? And I mean, I know these parties are out there, but my question is, where are they? Why don't they get votes? Why is nobody talking about that in the entire history of the US, only a Republican or a Democrat has won? What does this mean? It's not a fair election from the start. You have two options. Last election it was 3 because there was 2 Democrats. Realistically, you have 2 options. I didn't even know other people were running for the presidency that is that bad. When I went to go vote and I saw underneath the names, I was like, oh, there are other people actually voting that you can vote for. There are actually other people running for the presidency. Why have I never heard of any of these people? How come the news doesn't talk about them? Why doesn't the news talk about them? Why doesn't media talk about them? Why don't you hear about these people? How come when there's a presidential debate that's on the news and it gets global coverage, why aren't these other people there? Why isn't one other person there? Do you not realize how much we're being set up? You may think that you're winning by voting Biden or winning by voting Trump, but either way we lose, and nobody wants to talk about this, that you either have to vote for the person that the Republicans pick or the person the Democrats pick. And the Republicans can pick whoever they want to be their Republican representative. Democrats can pick whoever they want to be their Democratic representative, based on usually a lot of biased beliefs, because there's plenty of politics. You know, a whole, another topic for a different video would be to just get into the fact that, actually, I think I should bring it up now, that you can't even run for the president if you're not rich. I'm gonna say that again. You can't run for the presidency if you're not rich, or if you don't have like hundreds of $millions in support. Like, why do these campaigns cost so much? What do they need like $100 million to go on a campaign for? You don't need that kind of money to get on a bus and drive to different states and talk about your beliefs and why you should be the president. Though for some reason, it's insane. When you become the president, you have to, apparently you need to have hundreds of $millions. And these people, like, whether you need it or not, they get donated hundreds of $millions. In the last election, one of the things I think should have been talked about more is the fact that Hillary, as much as she was saying she was Democrat and for the people, she received millions and millions of dollars in donations. The same thing happens with mayors and governors of town. This is how rich people, rich powerful corporations get laws passed in their favor. Before that person gets into office, they're putting money in his pocket. And then when that person gets into office, they give favors back. I believe the way that they actually say it is about 50% of the laws being made are in favor of rich people, and 50% of the laws being made are in favor of the other 99% of the population. Take that into consideration for a moment. Back on the subject here, it's always Republican, it's always Democrat. Another party has never won once in the history of our entire country. That's a setup. They only give you, the real classic way to say it is you're picking the lesser of two evils. When is the day gonna come that a random person, just like you, just like me, can run for the presidency. I don't even know how to become a president. I don't even know how to run for government positions. And usually, even when it's something low level, like you're the mayor of a town, those people are already rich and successful and powerful people who get those positions. They usually have a lot of money. They have a lot of connections. And they advertise their name all over the town, just on like a small scale. They advertise their name all over the town. They go to lots of like meetings. They get a lot of people to support them. They probably already have a lot of support, already have a lot of power and influence, and they're only getting more power and influence. The system is set up so that some regular person can't become the president, can't even become a mayor of the town and governor. And I'm not going to say it's never been done, but who are the people that actually do it? Did some guy really just come out of nowhere and decide that he wants to run for the government and he get it? Or you want to say you came out of nowhere if you want to give me that story. All right, tell me this though. You went to a college, probably a good college still. You graduated, probably with good grades. You got yourself a good job. You made a lot of money from that job. You worked, possibly were going to college and working a job at the same time. Got yourself really high, possibly in a company. You started making a lot of money, and then they run for the government. That still isolates 90% of the population to not be able to run for the government. So you have two scenarios here. It's always rigged. One scenario is if you want to take it as far as being the president of the United States, you're only going to make it under statistics. U.S. statistics, yeah, I think I'm gonna say that 100% of the time, if you get the Republican support you or the Democrats to support you, they have to support you as in their choice so that you can actually make it. And then on top of that, you need to be rich and successful just to even become the mayor of a town. You know what? I could probably go on, but I really want to focus on those 2 points, so I'm going to leave it at that.